Yeah, Mike, just how do you feel like maybe the experience from Monday night, what y'all had to do down there in Little Rock, might have carried over into tonight's game?
There was definitely talk in the talk. I don't know about the play. Um, we did not have a very good 1 day prep. We had to take the day off the day before. We had 1 day prep plus a shoot around. Practice was good, but shoot around was bad. I think that carried over a little bit. It was we had to prepare for a lot of things because they do a lot of things on film, so you don't know what's coming. And I think we probably were over prepared as far as stuff, and not as prepared just to play. We knew it was not going to be a pretty game. It's their style forces you to not set up much half court offense, the pressing all the way through till the very last buzzer. But I did think we settled in that second quarter was obviously our best quarter. Then we got a chance to play some unique lineups that we hadn't played a bunch that we're going to need to play, we know. So overall, for what we needed out of this particular game, I thought it was okay.
Yeah, I think y'all started the first quarter 2 of 10 from 3 point range, and then just 7 of 8 in the second quarter. Was that just a result of just players starting to knock them down, or did you feel like the offense was?
They were better shots.
Yeah,
Yeah, I felt like the first ones, some of them were kind of rushed. We let them speed us up, and we got two of them on kick out threes, which is a great time to do it. Those are all things we practice. I thought we got a little anxious. And again, that comes when you have a bunch of kids that are trying to please you. And we talked about being in attack mode and having a press offense and not a press breaker. Don't just break it and then set up. So, that's on me in over encouraging them to be aggressive. But then I thought after that, then we made some tough shots. That's kind of the way shooting works. If you'll let the easy ones make those easy ones, now you got a chance to make the harder ones. So, for us to out rebound them and see the ball go in, really good for Keith, really good for Jenna. To see a few shots go in. Pena's a good 3 point shooter, and see her go 2 for 2 was nice as well.
Obviously, I think I asked the same question last game, but four players hitting double figures again. Just especially against a team where, like you mentioned, you're not able to set up much half court offense. Just how big was that to have,
Spread it
score?
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that obviously makes it a little bit harder for teams to scout you, for teams to load up on Izzy. Izzy's obviously going to be the focal point of a lot of team scouts. I felt like now, people look down and go, oh, well, if we double team her too much, somebody's going to be able to go off on them. So I think not only was it important for this game, but our future games as well for these kids to gain. You can't give kids confidence. You have to give them encouragement and keep encouraging them and keep encouraging them. They have to be productive. And I think tonight we had some kids whose confidence went up.
And you went into the second quarter trailing by, I think it was 3 points. Just was there any adjustments you made going into the second quarter that kind of changed things, or just what kind of changed from there?
No, I think we just defensively we made a few changes. And it wasn't changes; it was just points of emphasis got reemphasized. Held them to I think 4 for 20 or something in the second quarter after they went too many shots. I think all their points were in the paint in the first quarter too. I don't know if that's a fact, but I think it's close. It felt like it was, and then when we forced them to start doing the things that were on the top of the scout, which was not scoring the paint, not put them at the foul line. That's what happens in the second quarter. Yeah, 4 for 21 and 0 for 7 and 1 for 4 in a quarter where we go 12 for 18. That's how you get that's the separation there. That's a 36-9 quarter.
And they're obviously not the most high volume 3 point shooting team, but you hold them to 1 of 10. Just what does that do for you guys just from perimeter defense going forward?
Well, that was part of the scout that was something we knew that they were not wanting to do a bunch of. So that is one area of the scout I think they were tuned into. So we're going to find a positive in that. I think if we're not going to have to guard the arc, though, we should be able to guard the paint better. Those two things should go together. They did not. I thought there were some times that they drove it by us, not because of just them being quicker than us. I thought we were either late on our closeout, or we didn't move on the air time of the pass, or we didn't communicate what we were doing. And that is going to be something that we're going to have to continue to get better and better at. We've got a couple of kids that will really talk, and then a couple of kids I think they're afraid to be wrong right now. They don't know what to say, much less when to say it. So that's just going to be heavy reps. I think that's an area that we can improve on and will have to improve on as we start facing some of these teams that are NCAA tournament type teams, UCLA coming up next. That's going to be an opportunity for us to prove whether we are improving or not. But I think tonight gets us ready for 3 more non-conference games we're going to have. I don't know if y'all are following Arkansas State, but they've scored 100 and something points the last 2 or 3 nights. Oral Roberts is going to play us a very similar style like this. When we get down to one of our tournaments, we're playing Troy. They're going to play a very, very similar style. So as hard as it was at times tonight to feel good about how we played, I think it was important that we had an opponent like this at this point in the season.
And then I believe it was plus 17 rebounding margin. Just
Not
what
sure that's
what went
happened
into that.
before. Fuller's over there scouring the record books to find out if we've ever out-rebounded anybody by 17. But he's going to be – we got an early flight. He's already admitted he may not go to sleep tonight. So I'll expect a Post-it note. I've learned really quick with Fuller. All you have to do is just kind of mention something, and then the next – he's going to find it. So you don't have to stay up all night, but I would like to know at some point in time. But you said you were going to do it anyway. Have an early morning. We're flying. We're leaving out at 5:45 to get to California in time to enjoy the sunlight, not chase the sunlight. So,
Was it good to see Danica kind of get that type of involvement offensively?
yeah, it was. She presents a really big target down there on the block. She posts big. She's got hungry eyes. And y'all, everybody wants to throw it to her because she is such a good kid. She's our best talker. She's the kid that keeps everybody up. So when she's open, people are trying to throw her the ball. And right now, probably telegraphing too many passes. But, she's a kid that when we saw her, when we first found out about her, that was what she can do. She wants to bang around with you. She doesn't want to be finesse. She wants to get powerful's position. And there's a certain number of games, even in the SEC, that we're going to have somebody that's able to do that. So just continuing, we've got to figure out the foul issues. They've both of those 2 kids have been in foul trouble all of our games. So there's some technique things, and then there's some things I can help us with. I think what we're calling offensively, not getting them offensive fouls, but then they've got to be more disciplined too. They get a lot of fouls around the basket with some technique things, but all coachable stuff. They're trying really hard, and it was for everybody. I mean, Carly KJ with a career high in rebounds. She gave us another plus 13 in some lineups that were important for us to be able to play, able to get Kiki a little bit of rest. She had some cramps the other night. All those kids we had 3 kids, I think, played 40 minutes. So I thought it was really valuable, not only for our next game, but just the whole season, to be able to get Izzy out and get Kiki off the floor pretty quick. Both of those kids gave Marin and Lauren and Christina some good minutes for us to watch on film, as well as the kids that have been playing high volume minutes already. Yeah.
Do you mind just talk about UCLA a little bit and what's so difficult about them?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what Kiki Rice's status is. She hadn't been playing, but you start with Lauren Betts anyway because she's just different. A post player that can dominate with a lot of different ways. It's a team that's got really high aspirations for their NCAA tournament. They've built a roster that's really, really deep. Even if they do have kids out, they've got plenty of depth. Going on the road with the young teams, always fun to see how we will react. But I fully expect UCLA to be one of the best teams in the country. Playing at home, I want our kids to really enjoy the experience and playing in Pauley Pavilion. I've had to introduce John Wooden to people, believe it or not, and that was a fun part of it. But they're very eager to learn. First trip to California for a lot of people, and then just the historical nature of playing in. That's one of the places. I don't know how many places are on that list, but that's one of them. And yeah, they present a lot of challenges. They can score, they can defend. I don't know what they're ranked, but that's irrelevant. They're a team that's got Final Four aspirations. All right.